Hi, my name is Kevin, and today I'm going to be your lovely tour guide for your campus tour. We're starting off here in the Richmond building, and we have a special guest with us, Will, who is a graduate academic assistant. So he's going to be actually giving you the tour of these facilities.
So my role is to support all the students going through the uni on our course. I've also done the Mechatronics course myself, which is very similar to the robotics course if you are doing that. So I've kind of got first-hand experience of the course as well as the whole of uni life as a whole. Our job is really to help you through your learning and kind of be a bit more of a friend to it instead of like a scary lecturer. So I'm just going to take you through a couple of the facilities that we have in this building, which are pretty exciting and unique in terms of the UK unis at least. So this is industrial pneumatics, which is part of the Mechatronics course and a little bit in the robotics one. So this sort of technology is used in the manufacturing industry. So if you've ever watched Terminator, they probably have that. So this is a training board to teach you the principles of pneumatics, and then you can kind of further apply that, which we'll go through in a bit. So this has two functions. You've got an AND gate to set this simple sequence going, or you've got a loop switch and then do that. So that's all manipulated by valves, and it's just raw air, so there's no electricity involved in this system. We can then move on to something more complex, which is electro-pneumatics, which is all programmed with this, what we call a PLC, which you program with your laptop. It works in the same kind of way, so you can flick this power switch, which is loop in a simple sequence again, or you can just press it one time and it'll do the same sequence once. These training boards, which are currently half built because we have been training on them, these kind of give you a bit more sense of the application of what we're using in those first principles. So these ones can manipulate these things called pucks. So we can do color sorting, or we can cap them or put things in them, and these kind of manipulate it throughout its journey of production. It may seem something simple at first, but every single principle we use here is then used in industry because it's in the industrial equipment. We also use that in kind of world skills competitions, which is every year. So it's like a national level competition where you compete against companies as well as other unis, and we normally are very successful in that. Next, we go to more of the pure robotics side. So these are two UR10 robots, one of which you can see in, I think it's the ASICS store in Regent Street. It's manipulating shoes. We do more industrial applications. So this one's got an end effector, which is just a grabber, which has got force touch sensors inside. You've also got a camera on it, so we can do things like computer vision, so we can recognize faces or objects and manipulate them a bit more autonomously without guiding. Then we move on to TurtleBots, which we cover in both the Mechatronics and robotics courses. This has a one-axis LiDAR on it, so we can map rooms and then set pathfinding algorithms with a computer. So this sort of technology is kind of the bare bones principles of your self-driving cars, which you now see. You can also use an Xbox Connect sensor to do the same kind of mapping, which is cool. Finally, in this mechatronics room, we have the two industrial robot arms from ABB. These are widely used in industry anyway, so it's kind of the most real application you can get with it. In second year, we do a project with this one, which has an end effector on it with a pen. So the first project is to write your name on a piece of paper with a pen, and then you can take that project wherever you want to get kind of the top marks. So for my project, I had a Microsoft Surface, so you can have a pen and draw on your screen. You can draw whatever you want, and then that gets transferred over to the robot, and the robot will draw it the same thing. If we go downstairs, we can have a look at the stuff where you'll be more in first year. So in these labs, they're pretty good for teaching. There's wide open spaces. You can test all your projects on what you want in here. It's also fitted with soldering irons at every station, with multimeters and power supplies. So you can do a lot of electronics testing here and make your own custom PCBs if you wish. You're very free on what areas you use, as long as there's like not a class in there. You can just go in whenever you want. Same with the workshop. It's very kind of loose for when you want to use it your time. So some unis will say you're only allowed in the workshop for 2 hours a week, which is kind of annoying if it's quite a hands-on project. Whereas this one, we can just kind of use it whenever you want.
Have you done any cool projects while being in here?
Yeah, so my favorite one was in second year. We had this two-wheeled robot which kind of balances, so it's quite a volatile system, and it teaches you to use PID loops, and then we further then cascaded the PID loops, so it would balance like that, and you can perturb it, and it will like stay stationary. You could then add a gripper to one side of it, and we had to pick a golf ball up. So I had an Xbox controller on mine. The difficulty with that system was if you pick up a golf ball on a balancing robot, it will then naturally push it to one side. So you have to make sure it like reacts to that change in center of mass. So then you can drive it to wherever you want.
Over here we have is our networking lab. So this is actually quite a special piece of equipment. It was, as this building was built about 4 years ago, one of our lecturers, senior lecturers, actually built this entire networking lab by himself. So he came up with the entire design for how it's going to work. All of these small little centers in the middle here are called hubs or islands, and they have 4 or 5 PCs connected to each other, and they all have their own Cisco devices. So this networking lab is also certified by Cisco and Huawei, if I'm not mistaken, and it's also been recognized as one of the best networking labs in the whole of UK, and we're quite proud to actually say that because it was recognized on BBC's Apprentice. We also have a small cafe over here, which is if you are ever studying in the Ripleyman building and you'd like to just come down, grab a coffee, and then hit right back up, you can do so as well. We have also in this open space, it's known as the Terrace, and we have table tennis tables set out for anybody who likes in their breaks to just go in. Thank you so much for joining in today, and honestly, I'll hope to see you soon.